Alright, hey guys, Mitch here from the TheAudioDabbler YouTube channel, and I'm going to take a look at the Launchpad Pro and how easily and well it integrates in with my iPad. I have it connected to the iConnect Audio 4 Plus, or through it, and just one note on that, with it connected through the iConnect Audio, you cannot use the Launchpad app. It doesn't recognize it. I've contacted Novation and iConnect Audio. We'll see what we can come up with. And so, if you're not familiar with the Launchpad Pro, it is a, let me see if they have a more formal kind of description in the book. I don't think they do. It's basically a 64 pad, velocity sensitive with Aftertouch grid MIDI controller. It has some MIDI DINs and dongles for, let me turn the light on so you can see that. So it has two mini jacks in the back for MIDI in and out, and so you can use these to send to external gear. But also, when you plug it into the iPad, you're going to see three ports right here. 1, 2, 3. You're going to see a live port, which is used for the Launchpad app and the Ableton Live. You're going to see a MIDI port, which is the USB MIDI. And you're going to see a standalone port, which is the standalone port with these guys. Okay, so that was something that wasn't completely clear with, other things that have seen. And right now, I'm in drum mode, but I can easily switch and to note mode. Let me turn this light back off so you can see. So right now I have it in C major scale. I can turn this off, and this is what you'll get. I'll pull up Zeeon in a few minutes and show you how well this Aftertouch works, but I want iM1 up to show you the sensitivity of the notes. Okay, so it has different modes, and so right now this first mode, if you hold the setup button up here, it brings up this set of lights, and then without having this book handy, it's hard to, there's no labels on anything. But so this is live, and this is kind of something you just kind of rememorize. Isn't even a word. So live, note, drum, note, fader, and program. Now program mode is where I was at when I was doing the the light show with Future Drummer, and that's where you need to be if you wanted to send and make the little light show. Fader mode is where you can send CC messages via these. So each one of these, instead of notes, it'll act like 8 different faders, and it starts at CC21 and it goes up to CC28. And you can see that they're, depending on how hard you press them, how quickly they rise and fall. And with apps that have MIDI learn, it's really quickly to click on the note or the fader or whatever you want to MIDI learn, send the signal to it, and then there it is, and then you can control it and have some a little bit of automation and things like that. And then you have the drum mode, which is in a kind of a 16 pattern grid. Now they're chromatic in a sense, but they're not necessarily all chromatic, like it's not going to go across chromatically. So it's going to go up and then up, and then it's going to go up and up. And so you can change them with these knobs, these buttons up here. You can change the different octaves, and you can even transpose them like this, depending on how you need the notes to go. So anyway, so there we go with that. And then while I'm thinking about it, so each of these also have their own MIDI channel that's independent from each other, so it's not like a global MIDI channel. So the drums have its own MIDI channel, the notes, the faders, the program all have their own MIDI channel. They all have their own velocity sensitivity settings. So this is low, medium, high, and off. and then they all have their own poly aftertouch or channel aftertouch poly off. You can turn out aftertouch completely off, like on the drums you don't want any. And then the threshold, low, medium, and high, depending on if you want low, aftertouch will trigger more often. High, it won't trigger as often. You really have to dig into those notes to get it to work. So, and let me go back to note mode. You can hear it do the vibrato as I dig into it. And if I turn the sensitivity down to low, you can really tickle the keys, or tickle the pads. So it's got a pretty good range as far as... So that's showing that. I guess that's probably it. They're independent of each other. So 1 through 16 as far as the channels. So if I had a multi-mode of different... if I had a multi-mode in iM1 of 8 different instruments, then I can easily change. There's 1, blah blah, play, change it to 2, play something else, change it to 3, play something else. It'd be really good if I was, looping in loopy or something like that. I could easily change between the instruments really quickly. So that is that. I will show you the latest and greatest software version. Gives you access to what's called scale mode, and you can hit it at the top. You can download. I downloaded the sheets and printed them off, but it has the you can turn the scale mode on and off. You have these next 2 rows of buttons right here show you the note as the root, and then these next 16 are different scales. It's got stuff, anything from minor, major, all the Dorian, Phrygians, Mixolydians. It's got some melodic minors, whole tones. It's got some super Locrian, Mixolydian bebop, half tones, whole tones, whole half, Kumano, 31. I don't know what that scale is. Some weird scale, I'm sure. So, and then once you're in the scale mode, if you need to go down, you can go down. You can go down and up. And move over if you need to. So let's go back. Let's change it to just like a C major. Or let's just turn the notes off. There we go. But yeah, you could do, like if you do C major, turn it on, hit the notes. You can just step up and you can play chords. You can extend the chords like. So it's pretty nice. I have thoroughly enjoyed it so far. It's a little bit of kind of a learning curve once, switching between different things. But once you get into a flow, into a rhythm, it's great. And being a guitar player, I understand this grid note system a lot better than I do the keys. Although I've taught myself keys over the past couple years, but it just seems... Let me turn the light back on. It just seems a little bit easier to do some, different... You play it differently. And so let me close this out. Let me load up Zeeon, because if I'd have saw Zeeon being controlled by a little loud. If I would have saw Zeeon being controlled or heard Zeeon being controlled, what I'm gonna do is I'm in the matrix over here. Let me bring this up to the front. There you go. So I'm in the matrix, and I'm gonna click on here. I'm gonna add Aftertouch as a source, and then the destination. I want to change the destination to pitch, and I'm gonna move this up to about the 2 o'clock position. And that's the amount. And what this is going to do is going to allow me to kind of dig in and really give you a sense of how sensitive that Aftertouch can be and how fun it is. Run up a blue scale. That's just fun. I could just do that for hours. It's like playing guitar, only. So you can adjust the threshold. Man, that's just fun. I love it. So I'd recommend this to anybody, especially a guitar player who's kind of tickle the keys a little bit, but can't really, maybe, I don't know. Anybody like me who's played guitar for 20 years, but then learned keys over the past couple, and then you just get this and you're like, oh, that's so awesome, because I can play. You know, if I wanted the Aftertouch as well, if I wanted it to control maybe a little filter cutoff, turn it up a little bit, get even more expressiveness. Maybe it brings the cutoff down a little bit. And so if you set it to high, you're not going to get maybe set the threshold to high. it's nice to play chords on as well. So it's laid out like a guitar. So you have first root note, then you have the fifth, and then you have the root note again. So you got 1, 2, 3. So you got the third. So if you play some power chords, or if you want to play like a full chord, might be able to offset it, I don't know. Anyway. Trying to figure out the full guitar chord. That might be it. It's just so much fun to play. So there you have it. There's the Launchpad Pro and all its glory, and how quickly and easily it just integrates in with the iPad. You can see, well, it don't, with the iConnect audio, it's kind of weird, but it'll show up in 3 ports if you don't use an iConnect audio. If you just plug it in the USB hub and just click the MIDI mode, not the live mode, and just jam to your little heart's content. This is definitely, in my opinion, this has been one of my favoriteest purchases that just seamlessly worked. You know, I'm not knocking I had the Cuneo, and I'm not knocking Keith McMillan. They have some awesome stuff, but it was just not integratable with the current setup. It was completely customizable, but maybe having it too customizable made it overwhelming, and you had to spend so much time programming that you really you lost interest in playing. And this right here, ever since I've hooked it up, it's just simple. It's not trying to be anything that it's not. It's a simple 64 grid. It's got velocity sensitivity, and it's got Aftertouch. And it's all configurable really easily. You can quickly switch the MIDI channels, which I like, not having to go through software. And it keeps my hands on keys or a device, something physical, more so than clicking around with a mouse. And so that's why I've truly loved it so far. It works really great with having the iConnect Audio 4 Plus. With my MacBook setting here and Ableton Live Lite, I can seamlessly just record in loops inside of Live straight from the iPad. So using the iPad as kind of like a sound source and just create beats inside of Ableton Live. It just works perfect with that. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps. If you're in the market for a pad controller, I would definitely check out the Launchpad Pro. Amazon has some pretty good deals on it sometimes. I got this for $230 for a B stock version, which still came with the full manufacturer's warranty and software and both of these cables, and it was in a beautiful box that looked like it hadn't ever even been used, really. So just thanks for I'd probably maybe go that route. But anyway, thanks for watching. I do have a Patreon if you're into that kind of thing, and I also have a direct PayPal me link if you just want to do a one-off donation. That's fine. If not, if neither one of those are your cup of teas, just like the videos, leave me a comment below, hit the thumbs up, and share it on your favorite social media site. And I will talk to you guys later.